The Color of Your Eyes, written by Blackcatsassin, read by GutterRat1213. Chapter 44, Murphy's Law. Jake? Jake answered Lilly while he was going through the files Hannah just sent him, occasionally glancing at the live feed of Leah's shed. She was laying on the bed, apparently sleeping. I found an email on Mike's cloud. I have already sent it to your chat. It seems to be quite a long one.
Give me a second. I will check it right away.
Jake closed the files Hannah sent him. Nothing of interest. Then he went to his chat account and opened the screenshots of an email. At first his eyes were scanning casually on the screen until, in just a couple of seconds, his eyes went wide and his face became pale. Lilly looked up from her phone to reach out for a handful of chips, glanced at Jake, and then realized something wasn't right. Jake, everything okay? She asked nervously.
Oh no, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
Jake said in a low voice, but clearly enough for his sisters to hear. What is bad? Did something happen to Leah? Hannah immediately stood up from the couch.
We have to call the others. We have to meet right now.
Jake stood up and went to grab his hoodie and his face mask. What's the matter, Jake? What do you mean it's bad? Lilly stood up as well, looking confused and a little terrified.
I will explain once we gather the others. Send a group text right now. Tell everyone to meet up at the Aurora.
Jake put on his dark hoodie. Okay. Hannah didn't waste time and sent a message in the group chat right away. Just when the girls went to grab their jackets, they could hear the doorbell ring. Lilly looked at Hannah, perplexed. Dad? She whispered. Hannah lifted her finger to her lips and tiptoed to the door, peeking through the peephole. She gritted her teeth. Oh crap, Jake, you have to hide. Phil was tapping his foot on the ground while trying for the fourth time to reach Jake. He pinched the bridge of his nose, trying to calm himself down.
God, now that he has the money, he doesn't even have the decency to pick up his goddamn phone,
he mumbled while still waiting for the call to get through. The hacker didn't pick up, and Phil cursed through his teeth.
Great. If he doesn't pick up, then I will just go to him personally.
Phil gritted through his teeth with a painful smile.
What a drag. I do this and that, lend him tens of thousands of dollars, and he leaves me hanging now.
Phil sighed and tried to call Thomas, who was still at the Aurora, being in charge of watching over Poke. Someone was tapping Phil on the shoulder, but Phil, being too occupied, tried to shush the person away with a wave of his hand without looking who it was, indicating that he was busy. Thomas picked up at the second ring.
Hello? Hello, Thomas? At least one person that doesn't pretend I don't exist. Hey, how's our beloved guest doing?
Phil heard the sounds of glasses clinking, and he raised an eyebrow. He hoped Thomas wasn't going through his special stash of rare booze he kept hidden away somewhere.
He is doing fine, still tied in the basement where he's supposed to be. I was there half an hour ago. Wait, what?
The person tapped his shoulder again. Phil waved for the second time, only this time with more irritation.
You tell me you have last seen him half an hour ago? You were supposed to be with him all the time.
I haven't eaten anything since yesterday's lunch. I'm trying to make something real quick.
In my kitchen? Where else am I supposed to go? Leaving the Aurora was entirely out of the question. Where is Jessy? Sleeping, you tyrant. Your poor sister didn't have any sleep since Leah disappeared. She's sleeping on one of the couches in your bar. Let her have some rest.
Phil sighed and looked up at the sky.
Just let me grab something for the three of us. I will come back right away. Just, for the love of God, go back down to the basement and tell me he's still there.
Phil heard Thomas scoffing.
Fine, I'm going. I tell you he is still there. Just check already.
Phil felt a tap on his shoulder again, and this time he turned around to look at the person. At the same time, he heard Thomas whisper,
Oh.
The person who was looking at Phil was Poke's fiancée, pushing a stroller with a baby inside. Phil nervously smiled at her before telling Thomas he's going to call him later.
Hey, Nadine, what's up?
Phil stuffed his phone in his pockets, trying to look as cool as possible. The young woman looked nervous and worried as she tried to force a smile. Hey, Phil, sorry for bothering you. She rocked a stroller back and forth as the baby looked at Phil with her big eyes, making the bartender feel really uncomfortable and guilty at the same time.
"Oh, no, you're not bothering me. Sorry, I had a call with one of my waiters."
Phil smiled. Nadine smiled back, even though it was still forced. "Hey, I just wanted to ask you, have you seen Poke?" Thomas was still standing motionless, even seconds after Phil closed the call.
Oh God, no, I'm a dead man."
He ran down the basement stairs and went to the chair in which Poke was tied minutes ago. Now pieces of rope were scattered around the floor.
"Phil and Jessy are going to murder me,"
he shrieked. He looked around and saw the small basement window wide open.
Shit.
Thomas went to the window looking outside, but there were no signs of Poke. Thomas crouched and held his head. He imagined how Phil was going to beat him with the bat.
"You had one job, Thomas."
"I haven't even gotten a chance to cut off his nuts!" Jessy screamed.
"Now we lost the chance to save Leah."
Jake shook his head in disappointment.
"You're such a wimp, Tommy boy,"
Dan grunted.
I guess we're now dead meat. He is going to send the police after us. Good job, Thomas."
Richy packed his bags. "Thomas." Cleo had tears in her eyes. "Thomas, you ruined everything!" Lilly stomped her foot. "Thomas," Hannah sighed. "I'm sorry, but I can't believe you let us down. I'm through with you."
"No."
Thomas got up and ran out of the basement. He was going to get Poke, no matter the cost, even if he had to comb through all of Duskwood and the goddamn forest itself.
"Cleo, there you are. Where have you been?"
Cleo's mom ran towards her when Cleo got out of the car and helped Dan get into his wheelchair. "Hi, Mom. Sorry, I was with friends. Why, is something the matter?" Cleo asked while pushing Dan.
"Yeah, well, not only did you promise to help me today with sorting things out for the donations we got this past month, but your aunt is also frantically looking for Susie."
Dan let out a mix of laugh and grunt. Cleo kicked him from behind. "Why? What do you mean she's looking frantically for Susie?"
"Someone told your uncle that they've seen Susie going to the police station. You don't happen to know anything about that. Did something bad happen? Is Susie in trouble?"
Cleo's mother asked sternly while she put her hands on her waist. "Well, Cleo weighed whether she should tell her mother about her encounter with Susie along with Alan when she saw her aunt come running towards her out of the house. "Great," Cleo mumbled before forcing a smile on her face. "Hey, Aunt Cathy." Alan was sitting on a bench outside, having a quick and well-deserved break after his work. He had not eaten all day, so he finally got himself a burger with fries. Since he was very hungry, he couldn't wait to get home and eat his meal, so he found a nice, clean bench without pigeon poop on it. He had a long shift at work and got an earful from the mayor. He had a bad feeling since encountering Cleo, and his migraine had been bugging him all day long. But all is well because now he finally has something to eat. He took out his burger, thanking God that at least his day had one good moment finally. He reached for his burger, but the paper bag suddenly started to rip, and then his burger slipped from his fingers with the fries through the hole and landed on the ground. Alan carefully placed the ripped paper bag on the bench, put his head in his folded fingers, wondering why he deserved such a cruel fate.